Welcome back to the Bullion World Cup. I'm your host, and if you thought the competition was fierce in the old world, you better grab your gear, because today we're heading down under to the territory of absolute giants. The group stages have been a non-stop brawl across 5 massive continents. We had Asia, who set the benchmark with the Chinese panda, the Bhutan lunar rabbit, and the Korean phoenix moving forward. The Caribbean answered with the Cayman marlin, the Barbados trident, and the British Virgin Islands pegasus. North America brought the ultimate heavyweight clash between the Mexican Libertad, the American Silver Eagle, and the Canadian Thunderbird Maple. Africa flexed its muscle with the South African Krugerrand, the Somali elephant, and the Rwandan lunar dragon. And last time we had Europe putting on a royal display with the Malta golden eagle, the Netherlands Ducat rider, and England's historic Britannia. The comment section is still exploding with votes for those 5 brackets, but today we step into Group F, which is Australia. The battle for the Southern Ocean is right in front of us. We are scoring the map to find one true global champion across 7 premier regions. Those being, as we talked about, Asia, the Caribbean, North America, Africa, Europe, Australia, which is today, and then next time we will have our final group stage, which will be the Pacific Island nations, which is a huge diversity of bullion. When you step into this division, you are dealing with a region that dominates the bullion market with sheer variety, ultra-high purity, and changing annual art. From the legendary Perth Mint to the Royal Australian Mint, this group brings heavy hitters like the iconic Australian Kangaroo, the Silver Kookaburra, the Koala, and high-relief masterpieces that collectors go crazy for. The depth of talent down under made this one of the toughest brackets to trim down, but after sizing up every 1-ounce competitor, I will officially select my top contenders to step onto the advance. And that's where you'll take over. After I choose my 3, you in the comments get to choose who will be the champion of this round. The fine silver is locked in their capsules, the stadium lights are glaring, and just like every week before, you are the head referee. Remember, these are standard bullion 1-ounce coins. Any weight beyond or below is disqualified. Which coin from down under is punching its ticket to the finals? Drop your vote in the comments, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss our final group video, and let's meet today's lineup. We will start today with this bit of beauty. As you can see, a 2023 has Queen Elizabeth, the years of her reign right there. A gorgeous piece. This is one of their most sought after series that they have, the Australian Silver Swan. A gorgeous piece here, this one being a absolute masterpiece of a coin. You will notice between the Perth and Royal Australian Mint that consistency of quality is absolutely front of mind. What a gorgeous piece. Next, we'll hit another one of their amazing series. One thing I love about Australia is they have an intention within their mints to mint things that tell the story of their people. They're not out there trying to get on popular themes that might be, global brands like Marvel or DC or Coca-Cola. They pretty much say, this is who we are, this is our story, and here's our silver. And it shall basically work in parallel, which is something I really, really like. Like we said, this one has the years of her reign. Beautiful here. This is the Brumby. And all of these coins have separate videos over them, so if you have one of these that you are very interested in, or maybe you have it in your collection, make sure that you go watch the video I made over it so that you can dive deep down into the significance and all of those things. Here's another one, and you might say, well, why does Australia have the 8 reals look to it and the Bank of Moneda, which is Mexico? Well, that's because when it was a founding nation, Australia was using this as a trade piece for their own currency. So that is why Australia has it. It's a gorgeous piece, for sure. Another one of their amazing series, the Wedge-tailed Eagle, which if you don't know about this, it has a connection to America. The artist that does the Golden Eagle is, yes, the same artist that did our Type 1 Silver Eagle, Mr. John Marcanti. Gorgeous piece here. Don't mind my capsule that's got a little crack in it currently. Might need to change that out. Another wedge-tailed eagle. Another cool thing about the mint, this is Perth mint, you see the P, is that oftentimes they change the design every single year. Look at the rippling of the feathers. How beautiful. Here is another one that I truly love. All of the radial lines. This is the Southern Cross, which is one of their big constellations, as you can see. A lot of history here, going back to ancient Aboriginal days and what they believed that this represented. If you want to know the cool story, go watch the video over it. A gorgeous piece, one that I truly love. Here we have another beautiful piece. Queen Elizabeth there. And we have one of the most iconic architectural pieces ever, the Sydney Opera House. Absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite pieces. This is obviously a 50-year anniversary coin of that edifice. Here we have another one of their iconic series, the Koala. A classic piece. This is the newer generation of Koala. Their older generation, as you will see, will have a mirrored band around it. It looks a little bit different than this one. And here it is. See how we have our mirrored band here. And here's our koala. This one I love because the koala is on the ground, which is extremely rare. And what do you know? This is a lunar privy version, as the rooster is in the moon. Really cool. Most people don't know this, but Australia has a lot of Asian influence when it comes to tourism and even through migration. So there is quite a big lunar holiday within the nation of Australia, which is why we have themes like this. This is the feng shui, the animals of the feng shui. Some would call them the guardians. So we have the phoenix, the tiger, the black turtle, and down here I believe is the dragon. Really cool piece highlighting a connection between Asian cultures and Australia. And to go on with that theme, here we have another. And this is going to be the dragon and koi. Beautiful story here. We have a historic Asian bridge. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it is in the video that I made over it. But the idea is that this koi worked really hard and basically was super determined to swim upstream and was swimming up a waterfall. There was a demon on top tormenting it, but eventually it made it to the top, and all of that work transformed the koi into a dragon. Really cool piece there. Here we have another series that they are known for. This is the wombat. Once again, showing off the culture and the nature within its boundaries. Here's a marine series. Really cool series here. We always think about the land of Australia, but sometimes we forget that they have the Great Barrier Reef and some of the most diverse marine wildlife. Here is the hourglass dolphin. Is that not just immaculate? Gorgeous piece. And to go along with that theme is another dolphin here, marine mammal, the rough-toothed dolphin. Gorgeous as well. To go along with that Asian theme we talked about earlier, check this out. Probably one of my top lunar series. There are tons of lunars out there, but look at this. This is the Royal Australian Mint lunar series, and every single year this rotates. So we see at the 12 o'clock position, there's a horse, which tells you this right here is year of the horse. That is the obverse, by the way, and this is how coins should be. We still have the monarch on the obverse, which is required by a lot of these nations, and this is how you can connect the obverse and the reverse. It's an excellent example. And there we are, year of the horse. We have the sliver of the lunar moon right there, but this is the lunar cycle. Gorgeous piece there. Looks like almost like ginkgo branches here. Another lunar, this being the second in the series. The rat is the first, but we see the ox right here in the 12 o'clock position. So there is the ox crossing the river to go to the Jade Palace to claim his spot. If you don't know the story, the crafty rat came in first because he jumped on the back of the ox and then jumped off the nose of the ox to land on the property of the Jade Palace first. Here we have the dragon in the 12 o'clock position. So this one is going to be Year of the Dragon. And it is a stunner, as you can see. Gorgeous coin. And our last lunar, this is a Perth lunar coin. We don't see all of those animals, and it kind of is lacking because of that. But it makes up for it on this side. Year of the Snake, as we can see. Gorgeous blue, golden eye. This is a pit viper that's found, I believe, on the outskirt islands of Australia. Really cool piece there. Next, a very, very popular one. This is the quokka, which is a small animal that is found on, I believe it's Rottnest Island, which is right outside Australia. But it is super viral. It was a animal that I guess got famous on social media because of how cute it was. A series that changes every single year. Really cool piece there. We'll go next to their Australian Zoo series. If you don't know, there is a amazing zoo out there. If you remember the legacy of Steve Irwin, this would have been the zoo that he was a part of, and the Perth Mint has taken it a step further. I think it's Perth. It might be Royal Australian Mint, actually. But here we are in their Australian Zoo. This is their Sumatran elephants, which is really, really cool. So they're highlighting species around the world, but they're doing it through the conservation of their own zoo, which I think is just a brilliant idea. And we have another here. Same series, the Southern White Rhinoceros. I have a few more of this series, but I brought these two out today because I think these are the best of those. Really cool. We'll go next to another one of their series. This is a popular one, the emu. I like this one in particular because it has the little baby emus all over it. This likely being the male, as emus tend to be where the males help rear the young more than the females. Very rare in nature. This series is beautiful, and for some reason it was dropped. I'm hoping they bring it back, but this is taking the different provinces of Australia and making a coin that basically is the fingerprint of that area. How beautiful is this? This, I believe, is New Wales. Let me see. Yeah, New South Wales. Take a look at all of the symbolism found in this reverse. Merino wool, the kangaroo, the grain. I can't remember the flower, maybe hawthorn. So many beautiful things here. One of my favorite series, and then for some reason it just stopped. Here's another from that series. Take a look at the stag. How gorgeous is that? This is Queensland. Once again, we have beef. We have a beautiful crane here. All of these symbols, the merino wool, obviously mining, and all of that kind of stuff going on. A gorgeous, gorgeous series. We'll go to the Kookaburra next, which we had to get to. It's easily the most identifiable of the Bullion series that Australia does. Gorgeous piece, as you can see. And another Kookaburra. This was the one that I got, I believe, first out of all of the Kookaburras. Gorgeous piece there. And another Kookaburra. 2016, we have the Monkey Lunar Privy. A newer Kookaburra as Charles greets us. 35th anniversary, that's the first Kookaburra right there. A little bit older here, 2015. Look at that. Fantastic. All right, and we have here one of the most masterful coins I have seen from Australia. Charles here on the obverse. Look at this. It has their three most notable series right here. Obviously, the kangaroo is their standard bullion coin where they have the most minted, all that kind of stuff. It's the equivalent of the American Silver Eagle for them. We'll show that here in a second. The koala, of course, one of their most famous designs, and their flagship Kookaburra, 500,000 minted of those every single year. Just an amazing piece, one of my favorites. Really, really cool piece there. And like I said, lastly, we brought out an MS-70 Australian kangaroo. Why not give you the best? This is their flagship staple, and honestly, I know I'm probably not in the majority of this, but I think it is one of the most undervalued standard bullion coins out there. I think if I had a monster box that I had to pick that was not an American Silver Eagle, this one might be the one that I pick. I just love the design. It is gorgeous. And there is a really cool security feature hidden in one of the A's. So if you get a microscope and look in one of these A's, I won't tell you which one it is, you will find a secret in there that shows you it is real. There is the obverse here, Queen Elizabeth, as you can see her. Fantastic stuff there. So as you can see, we have a ton, I mean an absolute ton of silver over here from the nation of Australia, and I have to narrow it down, which is incredibly hard, by the way. So for me, I think if I'm picking three, this is going to be one of them because it has all three of their big series right there in front of us. It takes the Kookaburra, the kangaroo, and the koala and puts them into one. So I'm going to choose that one right there. I'm going to choose probably one of these. I got to figure out which one. I feel like this here tells the story just a little bit better. So we're going to go with this here, the New South Wales coin. Gorgeous piece. As contestant number 2. So there's 2. I'm having a really hard time with 3 because I absolutely love the Royal Australian Mint Lunar Series, but does it deserve a spot over a Kookaburra? That's a really hard one. So I think for my final pick, I'm going to go with this. This is a Kookaburra. As you can see, it's an anniversary Kookaburra, so it has a large picture of the original Kookaburra, the one that started it all and probably kicked off in many ways the idea that we can have premium bullion coins that are series that tell the story of nations. It is one of the first to ever do it, and it has done it the best. So that will be number 3, the 30th anniversary Kookaburra. So there you go. You tell me in the comments below, are we going to go with the Perth Mint's Big 3 coin? Are we going to go with the New South Wales coin? Or are we going to go with the classic Kookaburra? Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.